Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear student, welcome to the course Introduction to Cellular Network. Our today discussion will consist of GSM network and its component. GSM network, you can also say the architecture of the GSM. So let's start the discussion. GSM network is divided into three major systems. First one is the switching system, second is the base station system, third is the operation support system. Switching system is responsible for how to process a call. All these subscriber-related functions, for example, subscriber registration, authentication, and interconnection with other network mean how to connect one GSM network to other network. The second major system is base station system, BSS. BSS provide access to user to mobile switching center, MSC, and specify and many different cells. For example, number of channels allocated to cell, all cell handling and handover are specified in base station. Two main components in the base station system are base station controller and other is the base transceiver station or BTS. For each cell there is a BTS which provides cell coverage, whereas base station controller BSC control the multiple BTS. Next, the operation and support system. The purpose of operation support system is to monitor the system or provide maintenance activity. Basically, it is a standalone node which is connected to all other systems. You can see the function of all three major systems in this figure. Operation support system is connected with both SS and BSS. Both switching system and base station system are consist of different subcomponents as you can see in the picture. Two components of base station system as already discussed, base station controller and base transceiver system. A BSS can have multiple BTS. A mobile station MS, which is your mobile, can connect to any of the base station. Let's move towards switching system. You can see the different subcomponents in this figure of switching center. One is mobile switching center MSC. Then with this visitor location register VLR. VLR is the common node with MSC as you can see in the figure. This is also a home location register HLR. All the profile of the subscriber is managed in HLR. Then equipment identifier register EIR. There is also an authentication center known as AUC. Another component is GMSC known as Gateway to Mobile Switching Center. A GMSC is used to connect different networks. You can see here another component PLMN known as Public Landline Mobile Network. It is directly connected to Gateway to Mobile Switching Center as you can see in the figure. जब हमने डिफरेंट पब्लिक लैंडलाइन मोबाइल नेटवर्क को आपस में कनेक्ट करना हो तो हम उनको GMSC के थ्रू कनेक्ट करते हैं. You will study PLMN in detail in our upcoming topic. You can also see another component GIW, Gateway Interworking Unit. It is also used to connect different networks. For example, if we want to connect with any data communication network, we will use GIWU. Let's see these components in further detail. First, start with switching center. First component is mobile switching center. Mobile switching center is basically a call processing center. जहाँ पर कोई भी न्यू कॉल रिक्वेस्ट चाहे आप नए यूज़र को कॉल फॉरवर्ड करनी हो या दूसरे किसी नेटवर्क से कनेक्ट होना हो. We can say the functionality of call establishment is done in MSC. It is a switching center that switch a call to desired destination. It is a core component that performs switching related functionality. MSC with the help of radio access network known as RAN connected with the other entities. RAN is formed by a base station controller and base transceiver system within the public LAN mobile network. Second is the home location register. Home location register maintain the user database, for example, user profile, activity status, bill charges, etc. When user insert a new SIM, and try to make connection with the network, then user initial information will maintain in HLR. It is not only maintain the user info but also maintain the identity of the mobile system. VLR, Visitor Location Register. It is also a component of switching center. In VLR, database is maintained for temporary purpose. VLR is a common node with MSC in which both VLR and MSC reside. In other words, we can say VLR is integrated with MSC. For roaming user, VLR is connected to MSC, will request data and about mobile station from the HLR through MSC. In VLR, data is saved for a specific time period. After that, the data of the subscriber is removed. Next component is authentication center. It provides user authentication, mean user is authentic or not, कहीं malicious user तो नहीं है, कोई defective user तो नहीं है. All such kind of information is authenticated from AUC, and when user authenticate, it also ensures that confidentiality of each user by encrypt data. It also protect network from different type of fraud found in today's cellular network. Then equipment identity register. It maintains the identity of equipment, user subscriber info and the information of the mobile system, mean your handset. User mobile system कहीं खो जाए, यूज़र मोबाइल सिस्टम की इंफॉर्मेशन इसलिए हम स्टोर करते हैं कि अगर आपका मोबाइल जो है कहीं चोरी हो जाए तो थ्रू EIR हम इसको जो है वो लॉक कर सकें. Then we have base station system. As already mentioned, BSS consists of two major components. One is BSC, base station controller, and other is BTS, base transceiver system. As already mentioned, BSC manage all the base transceiver system, handoff, and the power level of base station. It check that at which power level base station communication take place so that overall interference can be controlled. A mobile switching center MSC can have multiple BSC, base transceiver station. It provides a radio interface to the user that how user can connect with the network, and that interface is provided through control channel and through control channel. When call is established through voice channel, we connect to BTS. In this way, a conversation is successfully held. There can be a number of BTS in a BSC. Last but not the least, operation and support system. The purpose of OSS is to monitor the system, provide user support, and to provide maintenance activity. It also used to control the traffic load of BSS. Basically, it is a standalone node which is connected to all switching center and base station system. Some of the maintenance tasks can be shifted to BTS to save the cost of ownership of the system in case of increase in the BS, which is due to the scaling of subscriber population. That was for the today. Take care and Allah Hafiz.